Hey, I made it! I made it through the in-person handmade market last weekend. If you caught my video right before this one, last week, I was talking about how I was setting up, preparing for an in-person market here in Pittsburgh, and it was a doozy to prepare for. I didn't want to leave anything on the table, you know? I really wanted to make sure that I brought my A game and that I brought enough stuff to really, if you're gonna put in so much work into doing an in-person event, you wanna make sure that you've brought enough stuff. You don't just sell out of everything. And so I prepared a lot, and then a weird amount of printing is involved. You gotta print signage, you gotta get cash, you gotta test your little card reader, make instructions for this, that, and the other thing. And so it was so much work just for a one-day event. That is probably why I actually prefer selling and sharing my creations online, is because I sort of put it together and then it just lives on there indefinitely. But the one-day event, you do get a sort of magic that I can't get in online, where I really get to talk to people who share my neighborhood, who live in this area, and get to see their feedback, people being able to touch the clothing and the different things I make with my linen and really feel how soft it is. That is quite the great feeling. But I wanted to give you, before I just start rambling out of control, I wanted to give you guys a quick look behind the scenes of everything, not everything, that's an exaggeration, of just the day before and the day of the show, and how my booth turned out. I'm excited to share that because I think it turned out really cool. And it was really nice because I had my partner who lives in Philly right now. He drove here and helped me film all of this video footage that we have. And then my sister was here from Indiana. She's my photographer usually, and she came and helped me set up my whole booth and helped with sales. So it's really awesome to have both of them helping me. Okay, without further ado, enough of my talking head. I am going to send us into the world of how we got this all set up for the weekend. So as we enter into, this is my garage, and I set up in my garage to practice, and then we filled up Cam's SUV, jam-packed to the brim. Yeah, there I am. We really realized pretty quickly that we couldn't fit everything in there. It was a wet, rainy day, and so that sort of blew chunks. Oh God. And then seeing this clip, it's when you see the back of your head for the first time in a long time, and you're like, I did not know that's what the back of my head looked like. That's how I'm feeling right now. But we took off. It's only about 15 minutes from my house, and you actually get to drive onto the convention center floor to set up for this event, which is awesome. I talked a little bit about in one of my previous videos how important it is to me to not be outside in the elements. I feel like that's my least favorite type of in-person market, is when you have to deal with rain or cold. So I had this roof over my head. There's my booth. Woohoo! We're unpacking, and it's at this stage, I wanted to get more set up in my garage ahead of time to know exactly where I wanted everything to be, and I ran out of time. And so as we're unpacking the car here, I actually am like, shit, I don't know where I want everything to go, but we got a pretty early load-in time, and so I knew we'd have, I thought we'd have plenty of time to get fully set up. And that backdrop I'm using is actually a duvet cover that I thrifted. And since it's a cover, it's two-sided, and I cut one side, made it one long piece. These are my cat toys I showed in a previous video with their little tously hair. I got some organic catnip in there. And of course, people start walking up. This is the Friday night. There's a Friday night event and a Saturday event. And of course, I'm still freaking putting price tags on things and trying to get everything around as people are walking up because I'm never ready. Hey everyone, I've got my craft booth all set up and it is about 10:30 a.m. There's people who come in for the first 2 hours. It's a little bit of a slower crowd, but starting at 11, it's hopefully gonna get very, very busy and I won't be able to talk to the camera anymore. So, hi, hello, and hopefully next time you see this booth, it's nearly empty. Let's go with that. All right, here's my little booth. I've got everything set up. I really like how it turned out. I think I created an ambiance that I was going for. And I think this market went so well. People asked me how it went and I said, like, it went really well, but it's just like so much, like, salesperson, smile, smile, smile the whole time, which I'm not like a naturally a grumpy person, but I just feel like it's not normal to be like smiling all day. And so it's a lot of being on the whole time, telling people about your products, which I think I'm getting a lot better at. Of course, for everyone, that can be a little bit difficult at the start. But because I use and wear all of my products, all of the clothing, and you know, like I use my laptop cases, I use the cat toys I made, I wear my scarves on like a daily basis. So it's really easy for me to talk just like I am another customer of my clothing. Talk about all the perks, talk about where I wear my pocket, and what my favorite clothing designs are for, you know, wearing to a concert or wearing to school and things like that. So it's very natural at this point for me to be able to talk about all of my stuff, but it is still so much tiring. Like by the end of the day, I just wanted to melt my face off because it's so much. It's so much. But in the end, would I do it again? Probably yes. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next year because I'm moving to Philly. So maybe I'll try and find a big indoor holiday market near Philly next year. I do have thoughts for next time I do an in-person market about how this one went and what I might do differently in the future. I probably, every event, you know, I'm taking notes about which things sold the best and which things did not sell so well. And so bringing more of those best selling items next time, like my cat toys were a huge hit. The lavender scented sachets were a huge hit. My pillows, clothing, and scarves all did really well. Something I wasn't sure so much about was how much to get chatty with people as they walked in my booth. I did approach pretty much everyone who walked up to my clothing rack just because it's custom sized and that's not the norm. So I wanted to make sure they knew, like, hey, if this all looks like it's made for a very short person, that's because it is. It's all in my size and I'm 5'1". And I make the clothing in your custom size. So I had to give that spiel. I had a sign, but I also felt like I should give a little bit of a spiel to everyone who walked up and, you know, really invite them to look at the different plant-dyed colors that I can do. But other than that, you know, there's that teetering the line about when someone walks up about how to greet them, how much to talk to them, how much to engage with them, and really trying to like read that interaction for each person. I had so many people, I had the scarves right at the front edge of my booth, and so many people would be walking by and just touch you know, one of the front scarves to feel it. And I kind of wish I would have at that point, because that's like their introduction into my booth space. I think I wish I would have maybe engaged with them a little bit more right at that entry point of saying, hey, let me know if you have any questions. You know, all the scarves are dyed with pigments from plants and are linen or cotton. You know, I don't know how much that stuff actually helps though. Like, I know when I enter a booth, like when I'm at a holiday market or a handmade market, I pretty much avoid talking to people at all costs. Like, unless I have a question about the product, I'm always afraid people are gonna try and start selling me stuff that I'm gonna like feel bad saying no to. And so I like always keep a wide distance from the sellers. And I know everyone's different. Like some people really wanna engage and be sold to and things like that. But for me, I hate that. Like really, like if someone starts to talk to me about their product, I'm more likely to just be like, okay, cool, and kind of clam up and like move in the other direction. Not always, but like a lot of the time, antisocial, whatever. But I don't want to be that for other people. And so when people are approaching my booth, I'm kind of like trying to feel it out, not to be, first of all, not sit in the corner and be like a little pervert in the back corner, but also like not be too right up in the front that they might just steer clear because they aren't ready for that interaction. I don't know, like I never know where to be. I think I did okay, I guess is what I'm saying. I think I did okay, but that's just like a hard thing perpetually to know is how much to talk. Okay, well, speaking of how much to talk, I'm gonna bring us back to my craft show booth and show you at the end of the day how much of everything was left, because I am actually doing an aftermarket sale of everything that I have left. I intentionally made too much stuff because you never want to sell out at these markets, and I did want to have a little bit of extra inventory of fun giftable items for all of you to shop before the holidays. So check out this booth tour that I'm about to give. Apologies for the audio, it was very loud at the time, so hopefully you can hear me okay. And then go ahead and check out, if you're watching this before December 10th, I think. So before December 10th, 2023, check out the link in the description below to see everything that is in the sale. I am only running this sale until December 10th. And it is very on sale. And most of these items are one of a kind, so once someone else buys it, there won't be one left for you. So do go check it out. I have all of this stuff on there. I'm gonna stop talking now because past me is gonna show it to you right there in the booth. If you wanna see more photos of everything on sale, check out that link below. All right, take it away, past me.
All right, what do you got left?
All right, so we've had a very successful day at the Handmade Arcade Market today, and I do have some stuff left as planned that I want to share with you in sort of an aftermarket sale. However, I end up putting this on the internet. So what I've got left so far, let's start down here. I've got some linen pillows left. We got this real thick textured but soft linen pillow. And it's dyed with black tea and iron. I've got another one in light pink, which is dyed with touch. And all the pillows have either a down alternative or a down and feather insert in them with a removable zipper. All right, moving on. Let's come up to our paper. So I have my linen paper that I make from all of my linen scraps. And the linen paper I have in 5 by 7 inches, and I've painted on it with black acrylic paint and some gold acrylic paint. And these are really beautiful if you frame them in like a glass floating frame, so you can see the live edge on it. I've got my little cat toys here made with my cotton fabric scraps with a little jingle bell and a real wood stick to hold on to it. Sold out of all of my other catnip cat toys, so that's awesome. And I've got my little glasses case, 100% linen, quilted, plant dyed, and you just slip your glasses right in there.
and it's a nice soft padding, easy to put in your purse or bag, anything like that. I've got my little ornaments, I've got little hands, and my moons. They are all screen printed with little black acrylic paint on them, and they hang from a little cotton loop. Alright, my beloved laptop cases. So I have laptop cases in 3 different sort of price ranges based on how in-depth they are to make. And I've got my quilted laptop case. So it's all plant-dyed scraps that have been quilted together and a little bit of hand stitching on the back flap with Velcro. They open up inside with a nice clean white cotton finish. And I use mine every single day as a student. It's super easy to transport in and out of your bags and things like that. I've also got them just in a solid dye. I've got blue, I've got gray, and I've got undyed white. They fit 12 to 14 inch laptops. Nice, really snug, comfortable fit on the laptop. All right, and then I've got my linen paper in a 4-pack. It's 5 by 7 inches, and again, made with my linen fabric scraps, and it's really fun to experiment on with acrylic, gouache paint. You could use it for art journaling, anything that your heart desires and you want to try out. I have just a few of those packs left. And then this was a new addition. I am putting out my DIY botanical dye kit, and I've got 3 options. I think right now I have a couple of the small size and a couple of the large size left. The small are best for like a scarf, a table runner, or a tapestry, and the large are best for a baby swaddle, tablecloth, or a tapestry. I've got all my clothing, of course, that's already available on my website, Made to Measure. And I've got more pillows down here. I have 2 indigo dyed pillows that are 18 by, or I think might be, I got an 18 by 18 inch and a 17 by 17 inch. And 2 undyed with this real thick textured linen that's really, really nice, and it's like the undyed white. All right, we're getting there. I have some awesome tapestries that I want to, I've got 3 indigo tapestries. I just love how the indigo dye, when I dipped it, it gave a really cool, pretty texture to it, and modeling, and so I decided it'd be awesome as wall art instead of a scarf. And I've hung them all from foraged driftwood that we found locally here in Pittsburgh. And so it's a great spot. It's great for hanging in like a more narrow but tall space in your home that you need something to sort of break up the wall space. I had 4 of these to start, and I did sell all of the first 3, and this is the last one left of this style. It's undyed but hand painted, the little moon and stripes. Again, it's got this really pretty driftwood that we found in Pittsburgh, and I think they stand about 18 by 74 inches tall, all the tapestries. And then I've got a dark indigo one back here that is kind of buried, but super pretty. It's a little bit darker. Come over here to the pockets. We've got my pockets. So I've got black and white. They're all sewn up and ready to go. I'll just adjust it to your custom waist size if you like. Or if you want to gift it, they have very long belts on them right now, and I have super easy instructions on how to just shorten the belt to your exact length, cut open the buttonholes, and you're good to go. So these are ready to gift for someone who you don't know their exact size. Or I can prep it for you if you do know the size. All right, very last is all my scarves that I have left, and I did sell tons of scarves. It was super successful, but we'll just go ahead and do a quick tour around the scarves I'll tell you real quick what some of these colors are. So I've got my linen scarves and my cotton scarves. The linen are the ones that are a little bit more flat. The cotton scarves have this kind of bubbled double gauze texture to them. So the linen scarves, I have this Kutch leftover. Kutch is this pink color. I've got chestnut and iron, which is this real dark gray color. It has a little bit of a purple hint to it. Let's see, other linen scarves. I've got an indigo in linen, sort of a medium indigo. I've got a light indigo. And I think that's it for all the linen scarves. In my cotton braided scarves, I've got tons of cotton braided scarves in indigo. I think I went a little bit overboard on how many I made in indigo, but they look awesome. I was envisioning, I think the indigo looks really good with blue jeans, and so that's something easy to pair it with. But they're all sort of different shades, but in the same color family. This one's a little bit more green because I dipped it in iron. I do have one unbraided cotton scarf left in indigo. And then I've got Kutch dipped in iron, so you get this nice like dusty rose color. And I have, it looks like, two of those. I have a lighter one. This one's a little bit lighter, and this one's a little bit darker for braided scarves. One that's sort of a mix of the Kutch iron and indigo. Then, did I talk about this one? I think this one is just the chestnut and iron braided, so like a darker gray color. And that's everything that I have left in my booth. I am hoping that this makes it onto the internet in some way, shape, or form. Can you even hear me anymore? You're standing so far from me and I'm yelling and my face hurts and my voice hurts and my feet hurt and that's it. So if there's anything in here that you'd like, I'm going to make some voiceover or details about how you can buy all this somewhere, somehow, and I can't wait to get it to you. It's all ready to ship before Christmas. I will ship it out probably the next day after you buy it because it's all just prepared, ready to go straight to your home. Okay, bye!